Hello, everyone. Today we are joined by Shelton Chastain, a men's wrestler from the University of Ozarks. How are you doing today, Shelton?
Pretty good.
I want to thank you for taking time out to talk with us a little bit today, talk some wrestling, and get to know you a little more. First of all, I got to start off. You're leading the SLIAC in wins so far this year, 20 wins on the year. Just talk about your season. How's it been going for you so far?
I think I've been having a great season. The team's also been having a great season, and it's just been going up from there.
Right. You mentioned your team. You already have six dual wins this year, are already surpassing last year. So you're off to a strong start. You're also leading the conference in pinfalls this year with 10, almost at last year's total already, which was 13. Can you just talk about what it's like for you as a wrestler, that moment you get your opponent down and get that pinfall? What's that feeling like?
Um, it's almost a breath, like you hold your breath almost when you have it. It's exciting. It's something that every wrestler wants to do in every match. It's just exhilarating, and it makes you feel super pumped. And as soon as you do get that pin, you stand up, look at your team, get super hype, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, I can't imagine that'd be a great feeling. Can we talk a little bit now, kind of more the technical side of wrestling? Do you adjust your style based on your opponent? Are there times when you go for a pin? Are there times where you kind of hold back and try and outlast them, wait for them to make a mistake, and then you capitalize? What's your mindset going in against different opponents?
I always like to get get at least a takedown or at least attempt to take down in the first 30 seconds. That usually helps me figure out my opponent is, and if that'll help me figure out if I can pin them or not. Typically, if I get it in that first 30 seconds, I'm in my head, I'm like, all right, I can come in and get this pin. And there is no like, should I hold off on pinning him or not? It's if our mentality is if you can get it, you get it. Always looking for bonus, always trying to score points, score in bunches, score as many as possible.
And you guys have done that. You and your team has done that plenty. Last year was the first year that the conference held a men's wrestling championship. You and your team walked away with the title. Let's take a look back at last year. Obviously, the 2024 champs, you coming in again, once again, among the league leaders in wins and pinfalls. You finished third of the championships. I know that's probably a little lower than where you were expecting or hoping to. Did that kind of give you a push this past summer, this past off season, and really help you refocus in your training? And what did you do to kind of take it back and try and become a conference champ here in about a month or so?
For sure, it definitely motivated me, and not only that, but regionals also motivates you when you don't perform as well. Yeah, I expected to go to the finals and win me a title last year, and I fell short in the semis. That's definitely motivated me. I stayed up here all summer, worked out, wrestled every at least twice to three times a week, lifted 4 days a week, just honing in my skills, just getting tougher mentally, physically, anything under the sun I could do to get better. I did it.
Let's talk about that training before we move on a little bit. You mentioned training. What wrestling obviously has different weight classes. Do you ever wrestle up in weight class, to try and improve your strength during a match, or do you ever go down and try and work on your quickness, or do you just match up with your weight classes? How do you train?
In the room, I usually go with our 33 pounder. Um, he's always Javen's super tough. He's a good kid. He's from my hometown, so I've known him for a while. But yeah, when I train, I usually either go with someone higher. I usually go someone with a higher weight so I can get that power, and then the speed usually comes with the power.
You mentioned Jamin. He's also among the league leaders in wins, having a great season. So, but from the same hometown, you're from Oklahoma. So,
Mhm.
wrestling pretty big there in Oklahoma. How did you first get involved in wrestling?
My dad introduced me into wrestling very young.
Okay, very cool. Well, Shelton, you guys are heading off to the Keen Duro Invitational this weekend, so I want to wish you luck in that, and then we'll see you here in a couple weeks. at the
Thank you.
championship. But before we go, I want to hit you with some quick questions, some fun stuff, the SLIAC 6 we like to call it. So here we go. If you weren't a wrestler, what sport would you play?
Maybe soccer.
What is your favorite post-match meal?
Post match, I like to get a granola bar and some electrolytes back in my system.
Any flavor of granola or just
As long as it tastes good to me, I don't mind it.
what song gets you ready for a match?
I actually don't listen to music before matches.
Wow, okay. So you just mentally prepare yourself. All right. Um, who is your favorite teammate to watch wrestle?
To watch wrestle right now, it's Javen, our 33 pounder.
Good choice. Describe what it means for you to be a part of the Eagles wrestling program.
Right now, pretty much everything. It's amazing. It's a different experience to wrestle in college and to have such a good team behind you, having everybody support you, and then you get to support them right back. It's just everything to me right now.
And then finally, what is your major and your dream job?
My major is health science, and it is a nurse anesthetist,
Great.
CRNA.
Perfect. Well, Shelton, I want to thank you again for taking
Thank
time
you.
out to chat with us, and we look forward to seeing you wrestle in person here in a couple weeks at the conference championships.
Thank you.